Hello folks, Fuzz here, welcome to another Final Fantasy VII Remake update. A couple of days ago I put out a video bringing together all of the news that we know about so far regarding the project, but since that time Tetsuya Nomura, just recently in fact, like today, has actually come out of the woodwork and hinted at a few other pieces of information which I think some of you guys are going to find really interesting. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video, let's get started. As we get started, I want to give a shout out to Damon, who has just signed up as a new patron, and also a massive thank you to everybody else who still supports me on Patreon, YouTube membership, and by various other means. Your support is very much appreciated, guys, and it means so much to me, and it allows me to continue to bring this content to you, and hopefully better content as well going forward. The update that we're going to be looking at today then was actually reported by Famitsu, and the translation, since Famitsu's in Japanese, was provided by Gematsu. So I'm going to actually link to that article, that English article, so that you can go ahead and see the original comments for yourself. And I am going to quote them for you now. And Tetsuya Nomura was actually participating in a Q&A for a game called The World Ends With You. Some of you might be familiar with that. It's an older game, but it's been re-released recently on Nintendo Switch. And somebody stood up and asked the question, well actually it was more of a statement. They said, I want to play Before Crisis Final Fantasy VII again. Now, many of you will know that Before Crisis was part of the Final Fantasy VII compilation. I believe it was a mobile game, never got to play it myself, but either way, that was what triggered this next bit of information for us. So Nomura actually responded to this by telling that person, and I'm going to quote now, "Not everyone may know this, but I'm remaking Final Fantasy VII. He laughs, I laughed. Of course, everybody knows that. He continues, right now I'm concentrating on Kingdom Hearts 3. But when that's finished, 7 will be where I head next." So again, that's not really new news, we already know that as well. And he goes on, "I'm thinking about ideas regarding the remake's release. I even spoke to producer Kitase about it today. All of us old-timers are considering various developments in regards to what accompanies the remake, like if we can manage to do something about the compilation of Final Fantasy VII Titles 2. But for the time being, please wait for 7's turn to come." End quote. Fairly interesting comments then, I'm sure you'll agree. Now, the first thing that did strike me was the kind of casual attitude that Nomura is speaking of the Final Fantasy VII remake here. And I've got to think that that's a good thing. I know a few people have been worried about its no-shows at various conventions and that recently, that perhaps it's in a little bit of trouble. But I just think it's because Square have been concentrating more on Kingdom Hearts 3 recently than they have been on the remake. I don't think there's anything untoward going on there. With it, you know, coming out of development or whatnot. And Nomura has once again confirmed for us that yes, he's going to be putting his focus onto this project as soon as Kingdom Hearts 3 is finished. I only hope by that he means when it's released, and that we're not going to get like years of DLC for it as we have done with Final Fantasy 15. I think if that happens, we'll never see Final Fantasy VII Remake. However, the more exciting things that Nomura spoke of here were in relation to the rest of the Final Fantasy VII compilation. Now, we haven't really spoken about this before, but we've often wondered about where the remake is going to go ahead and introduce aspects from the compilation. But what Nomura is speaking of here are other various developments that they can actually, you know, go ahead and put into production that will accompany the remake, but you know, by the sounds of it, still be separate from it. I know a lot of people love Crisis Core, for example, which was a PSP exclusive. Wouldn't it be wonderful if that received some kind of remaster treatment and we could play it for again, you know, on the PS4 or whatever? I think that would be something that people would really get behind. And the same with Before Crisis, which is a game I never played. I believe it was a mobile game, but maybe that could also be remastered to some degree and brought out on the current gen hardware. And that'd be a good opportunity for those of us that never got to play those games or would like to experience them again to do so. And I think it would also be a good way of hyping up the Final Fantasy VII remake. So perhaps that's what he's talking about here. I can only see that being a good thing, but please do share your thoughts in the comments about this. Would you like to see the Final Fantasy VII compilation being reintroduced around the remake in various other developments, as Nomura spoke of here? And if so, what form would you like those to take? Alright, thanks a lot for joining me then today, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the fairly quick video, but it was some information I did want to bring to you. And as I say, please do let me know what you think in the comment section. And be subscribed, and make sure you hit that bell notification too when you are subscribed, just to be notified of future Final Fantasy VII Remake news, which I will always bring to you as soon as I know about it. Take care, everyone. See you next time.